Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and in this video I'm going to give you another option I haven't talked about before for where to camp or park when you're on the road or staying in a city for a few days. Some state or county fairgrounds have an RV park or electrical hookup boxes that they let people use on a regular basis, especially when there is no fair going on. So this is a year-round thing. So let me show you around and I'll explain it to you. Now this place is a bit different in that it looks a whole lot like an RV park. Most fairgrounds, I think, have just a long line of electrical hookup boxes with a lot more space. This is a lot tighter than I think you'll normally see, because usually I think fairgrounds will just use their parking lot as for RVs to park, where they have the boxes set up, which is good because it makes use and income from a parking lot that normally is just wasted space. Now I want to point out a few reasons why you may find that staying overnight in a fairground is better than an RV park or a campground. Since fairground RV spaces are usually in a big open lot like this, there's not many trees around. Whereas RV parks and campgrounds are usually loaded with trees and you have really tight spaces. Now for some of you that might be a negative. For me, I don't like trees because they block my solar panels and my satellite TV antenna. Another reason is because registration is a lot easier in fairgrounds than they are in RV parks and campgrounds. And RV park offices in general will close at 5 or 6 o'clock. After that, the RV park employees have gone home. They might not even live on the property. So you show up after their office is closed and there is just no one in charge to talk to. Now some fairgrounds have hosts, which this one does, who rides around on a cart and makes sure everybody is okay. But sometimes there is no host and it's a self-registration. Now this place does have a self-registration where you just put your credit card in here, or it takes cash, and you go through the menu here to register. You put your space number and it's quick and easy. So you don't need to talk to anybody to get registered. And like you see here, you have everything you need to know posted on the wall or someplace. And this all makes after hours arrival very convenient. If you pull into an RV park after hours, or even worse, after dark, finding a free space is a problem. And also at fairgrounds, they generally don't take reservations. First come, first serve. And that's good in one way in particular. No matter how late you show up at an RV park and find an open space, you never really know if that space has been reserved by someone and they just haven't gotten there yet. You may be taking someone's space if you just pick an open space in an RV park without checking with the office first, which you can't if they're closed. So when it's first come, first serve, you show up, you find an empty space, it's yours. You find one you like, and then you go to the pay station. So you don't have to worry about getting somebody else's space. And lastly, the fees at Fairgrounds are typically going to be somewhere around half of what you would pay at an RV park, and somewhere around comparable what you would pay at a public campground. Now I bet you're wondering, how do I find which fairgrounds have RV spaces? Well, let me go inside to my computer and I'll show you. There are several websites for finding RV parks and campgrounds, and they may or may not list fairgrounds. I think most likely you find that they won't. But if you go to this website right here, then it lists all of them that the website people know about. So they've got a square here for each state. You just click on the box there of the state that you're in, and it will list the various state and county fairgrounds that have these RV parks, or at least electrical hookup boxes, which for the most part is all I ever need anyway in the summer to run my air conditioning. And then of course they have water, and usually they may or may not have water at your space, but they will all have water, fresh water, and then with only a few exceptions they will have a dump station. So I hope this has helped you in finding more options as to where to camp when you're on the road. Good day, folks.